I think the worst part about creating an inauthentic moment, right, is not being prepared for that moment. That, in my book, I think is the worst part of it all. In that, if you're going to manufacture a moment that doesn't exist, but you know it'll add to the human experience, but you weren't prepared to execute it, that could be real bad. Peace, love, light, what's popping? What is good? Yo, man, so I'm glad this whole Bronny LeBron fiasco is a wrap. Like, they've created the moment that they wanted to see. Not necessarily what was imagined, but nonetheless, it was created, it's done, it's over with. Now the rest of the basketball world can return to its normalcy, right? If that's even a thing in the NBA. You know, it prompted my thinking. I feel like in general, the masses, right? It might be a worldly thing at this point, not just, you know, in your current location, right? I feel like everybody's out trying to manufacture like moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter uh if it's true, if it's a true move, if it's a true vibration that kind of moved the situation to be what it is, right? People want to see it happen when they want to see it happen, right? And it's unfortunate because you're really missing out on the natural occurrences of life, right? And I think that's like the big part of the human experience, in that we plan for moments. We don't see how that moment is born. We have an idea, right? We have a vision for it. It's like the kid that's getting drafted. He doesn't know what that air, the vibration in that room will feel like, but he's dreamt of being drafted. Like, man, I could see myself shaking Adam Silver's hand, or whatever the case may be, right? But what that moment is itself, he has to just live it. And I think we're kind of like trying to skip steps. It feels like, you know what I mean? A pregnant woman has to wait 9 months. There is no other alternative to speeding things up. She's one with nature. You know what I'm saying? She's grown with nature. She's moving with nature. There isn't any, I want to deliver this baby in 4 months. I want to deliver in 5 months. I want to deliver it in 12 months. I want to deliver it in 1 month. I want to deliver it in 3 weeks. And, pregnancy is a process, bro, where you have to wait. There's a child in you. You're about to deliver a child at some point, but you don't know what that child smells like. You don't know what the eyes look like. You don't know what the eyebrow, the mouth, the lips. Sonogram is going to do the best it can, but you don't know what that baby will look like once he or she arrives, right? So I think we all should do better and live in moments instead of pulling our phones and trying to snap, trying to create it, trying to force a moment. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to forcefully create a moment as opposed to live in that moment. And I think that's the significance of memories, right? You live a moment, years pass, and when you're around that thing, when you're around that thing, that person, that event, then you're like, man, I remember the smell, I remember the sounds, I remember how I felt. Pictures can do that too. And then when you go back and revisit a picture or even a frame, a video, you're like, man, I remember that moment. But it pales in comparison to actually living in that moment. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like if you go to a concert or what have you, and from jump, you just recording on your phone, you're recording. You're going to miss the person that was next to you to be like, I remember I was there with this guy or this girl, and they were having a blast, or this dude had on, whatever, different color shoes or whatever that vibration was, because you're too busy trying to record. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You can look back and be like, yeah, that was a dope time, but you're only going to look at it from the lens of your gadget, not with your present being. So, long-winded. So I'm glad that joint is a wrap in a way. And, we can find out if Bronny's going to be good or not. And I think, some people might take it upon themselves to use this whole Bronny situation or LeBron situation to like beat them down, right? I don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't think one should do that, but teachers don't do what you do. But for me, as a hooper, right? Um, the reality is the reality, and people are adding other things that doesn't necessarily uh help the matter, right? And especially those who didn't really play sports, it's no knock. It is what it is. Some of these cats didn't play sports, because if you play sports, you know all about the coach that's already stamped a starter. Let's put it this way. The coach who's already stamped a starter, you come in, you play well day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And day 6, you know what I'm saying? Then day 6 you don't do so well, then they say, oh, see, but my starter, he's good. Or they're trying to inject the confidence. They're trying to take your confidence and inject into their starter. That's supposed to just give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? I never understood that. So I think the ones who touch on this Bronny situation are merely speaking from that vantage point. I don't think anyone hates him. And I can't, let me not speak for everybody else. I'll speak for me. I have no qualms with Bronny. I have no qualms with LeBron. I do feel like the basketball gods saw to it that LeBron James was going to be LeBron James, no matter what. LeBron leaving for Miami or coming back to Cleveland, blah, blah, blah. It didn't matter. If LeBron stayed with Cleveland all these 20 years, he would have won 2, 3 championships. It was going to happen because he was a great basketball player. It was going to happen. But, such is life, man. He was trying to write his own narrative. And, he's the author of his own book. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the gripe, or I don't even say my gripe, man. I just feel like writing it into history, like, yeah, it's a moment to be had with my son. It's dope, obviously, but it wasn't authentic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Bronny was dominating, where it's like, it's inevitable he has to be in the NBA. That wasn't the case. And people know that. So people crying about people hating and all these things, it's just blasphemy, bro. Like, if your feelings are hurt because one is talking about sports, it's strictly sports. It has, no one knows LeBron personally or Bronny personally. A lot of folks are speaking strictly from the vantage point of basketball, the sport itself, to like create a moment that might have happened next year. Truthfully, Bronny could have played well this year in college or G League or whatever, and next year would have been the year it happened, right, where he plays with his pops. And by then, LeBron can play with him and retire. I'm not even trying to write this script. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm merely touching on is it's happened. The moment has happened that they've created. Boom. It is what it is, right? It's happened. And now it's time to see if Bronny can play or not in the league. I think, he has a chance to be good, but as far as what went down with like the Quincy Olivares of the world, those who are deserving of a specific spot, and not because it was handed to them, but they earned it, they worked for it. You see the tears in his eyes when he was talking about meeting Steph Curry, and he always, that's the guy he looked up to. And Quincy Olivares, I'm talking about, like, you don't make that up. It's a feeling, you know what I'm saying? You go to sleep like, man, I'm gonna play well today, tomorrow, whatever. So, people are trying to like discredit that and say, oh, well, LeBron is LeBron. He wants his kid. Cool. And people throw in nepotism or, the black card. Oh, he's a black father. It has nothing to do with sports. I think a lot of people are just addressing the sports part of things. I can't touch on all that other stuff, all that extracurricular activity, right? But the sports part of things, yes, like LeBron knows. He knows what it is to work to earn something, right? And you taking away from somebody who, when he got the chance, he proved himself. And politics and sports has been going on for a minute, man. This is nothing unique other than it's just done on this level and this magnitude, right? Where it's like, it don't matter, though. I want to play with my son. That's what I want. That's what LeBron wants. You know what I'm saying? And he accomplished that. So however way that goes down, that's for LeBron and the Lakers to figure out. But yeah, we're in times where people will make will make up any moment, whether it's authentic or not. Like they're just people are bent on, I gotta make this moment what I want it to be. And sure, we have that power, but there's still power of nature too, man. You can make up that moment, and in the future you might regret it. You like being hands on in everything, not allowing nature to take its course. You know what I mean? Again, just as I said, with like a pregnant woman, she has to wait 10 months. She has to wait 9 months. And she doesn't even return to her body for another 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So it's like that whole process is like it's like 2 years. Imagine that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It's happened already. And I think we should all just try to live with the moment. Stay in the moment, live in the moment, to experience the best of moments, in my humble opinion, right? And these gadgets that we use today, it has its place, you know what I'm saying, to document certain things. But for the most part, we should all work better at living in the moment. You know what I mean? Live in the moment. And you can create your own moments as well. You can create an organic moment. And by creating it is, you have this idea that I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to put together a concept of some sort. Now, how it comes out, you're looking for it to happen organically, right? You're not trying to force it all the way, especially things that you're trying to introduce to the world. Like you don't want to tell people like, you must understand this. You will. I don't care. Like, you're imposing. Versus you put out whatever it is. If you're a musician, if you're a hooper, if you're a writer, you put it out and you get the people's feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you let people see the work you've put in. You don't get to say, I put in work. You must watch it. You must respect it. You must feel it. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? From a creative standpoint, at least, like, I could paint the best of work in the world. If I present it and people not feeling it, then they're not feeling it. It'll hurt me. Then I'll go back to the drawing board like, man, what I do wrong? Or maybe it just didn't resonate with people. It's cool. And some people are really harsh with their criticism. Some people are offer constructive criticism, right? So that's all it is. And I feel like this whole Bronny LeBron thing, it's NBA entertainment, right? That's what it's turned to. So I guess it's good for that. You know what I'm saying? It's good for the entertainment component of things, because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I can't touch on anything past that. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And it's happened. Some people are going to be mad, or some people are mad about it, but it's already happened. It is what it is. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though, to, those making videos, just, killing this kid, Bronny, like, give him a chance, man. Since he's already in there, just give him a chance. Let him make his mark. Let him find his footing, right? And I already get it. I promise you. I understand. I hoop, bro. And I hooped collegiately. I did it. Trust me. And I get the sentiment of, he didn't earn it. His pops put him on. Cool. But time will always reveal itself for who's deserving and who isn't. That's all that's about now. If Bronny deserves it, time will show. If he doesn't deserve it, time will show. But in the meantime, I think y'all need to ease up on crucifying him, because I end with this, right? A boy is going to respond to his father's orders. Like, it's been that way since the beginning of time. Put it like, you know what I mean? Straight like that. If the father says jump, he's going to say how high. If the father say, we can't eat this kind of food, we can't walk this way, we can't approach life this way, the son is only going to do what he knows from his father. That's his first general. That's his first God. That's his first drill sergeant. That's his first friend. He's only going to adhere to what his father is trying to teach him, right? So that's this case, man. And good luck to Bronny. Good luck to Bron. And that's it, man. Live in the moment, y'all. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.